Hey, welcome back to another episode of Wrong Ones podcast. I'm Dinesh Sagi, joined by Amar and Punk. How are we, gents?
Hello.
Yeah, good man.
All good? How are you guys?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Obviously, second week of IPL. We concluded obviously the first game between DC and SRH. So let's maybe spend some time looking at game 11 between Rajasthan Royals and CSK. Rajasthan again playing at home, Guwahati. They batted first. Obviously, they scored 182 of 9 of the 20 overs. Big contribution from Nitish Rana, who switched from KKR. 81 of 36 deliveries, 10 fours and 5 sixes. And Riyan Parag, his third game as skipper, 37 of 28. Shimron Itmer, a small contribution with 19. In response, Chennai stuttered a little, obviously, with the top order, but there's a good partnership developed towards the end. They fell short. RR won by 8 runs. But yeah, maybe let's start with the Rajasthan Royals first, right? Third game, uh, Jaiswal struggled again, but the impetus came from Nitish Rana, 81 from 36. Looks like he was set for yesterday. Amar.
Yeah, I don't think it was a good decision to send RR bat first.
Mhm.
I thought, from the second over itself, we could see that the ball was not spinning when Ashwin was bowling. And, um, and also Nitish Rana, he lined up, Ashwin up properly. So, and also looking at the CSK squad, it looks like they are this time they're better bowling side than their batting side at the moment. So in these circumstances, you kind of bat first and put up a score. But yeah, Nitish Rana, as you saw Sanju Samson also made 20, and then but Nitish Rana came in at number 3, and Riyan Parag went down. So Nitish Rana got that a boost of confidence, and the team showed confidence in him, trust in him. So, and he came out, showed all kind of shots, like I said earlier as well. He lined up Ashwin, and what brilliant shots he played. So brilliant 81 of 36. And Riyan Parag came, and he played kind of um, um, an innings which he was trying to kind of make score tick, and he was taking singles most of the time, so he was kind of rotating strike and giving Nitish the strike. So that worked really well. 37 of 28.
Mhm.
And in the end, Chevron Hetmeyer came, and he tried to get some more runs. But of course, Pathirana took his wicket. So yeah, it was a kind of a good batting effort. But also, I believe that pitch also helped them a bit.
Punk, anything you want to add on Nitish?
Well, he really and that's his spot, right? He's been playing at in the top three, right? And it's good that they've given opportunity for him to go. And I think so. Rahul Dravid had a talk with Rahul Dravid as well about after the game, that he wants to go and play for India and all that. So, and good players are those who actually go up front to the coach and tell them give me an opportunity. And Tilak Verma has done that, and you see, the centuries and which is scored for Indian team. So if you're confident, people will actually go and tell, and they get an opportunity, and he's shown, and now he's that number 3 spot as he's no, right. He'll own it for the entire season. A brilliant game, man. The way he batted, right, and I think so. CSK lost the plot here slightly with Nitish tactically, but but at the end of the day, they got the wicket. But see, one thing about this entire innings, and just a small synopsis of the entire thing with CSK, what I've seen is the only team which has been able to pull back the runs which were going. You know, in all the 3 matches, if you see, they're the only team because the bowling is strong. And just to add to Amar's point, right, that is where they're tactically going wrong. If you win the toss, you go ahead and bat. That gives you a bit of freedom, to go. And then what happens is, that you got really big hitters down this thing. So then it's on the batsman who when to hit. when you're chasing, right, it's more of the bowlers, they know they're going to hit because a score is so big and they need these many runs, right? So then they can, try to arrange the field and bowl like wide off the off stump and all that. But when you're batting first, then it's more of like the batsmen when they want to go and hit, right? So that helps. With CSK middle order not firing, I agree with Amar that they should have got to bat first if they win the toss. And like the stats also what's showing for like last for 5 years, they haven't chased 180 plus. The last time they chased was when Suresh Raina was batting, like, and it's been like 9 times they've been able to chase more than 180 plus when Suresh Raina was at year one down. He's the cricketer, IPL guy.
Yeah.
After him, they haven't chased it. So there's something statistically wrong with CSK in terms of how they got this middle order batsman. So yeah, just to add to the entire synopsis, what went wrong with CSK, right? From the batting toss to all the way, like, not containing Nitish Rana.
Absolutely right. So before we get into the CSK's batting, right, I know you're a big fan of Patirana. 4 overs, 2 for 28, and obviously Noor Ahmad on the other end. What a find for a CSK. Like they signed him this season, he's been delivering another good spell. 4 overs, 2 for 28. Really, like coming to the fore for CSK. Punk.
Yeah, like there's one more thing which CSK I feel is a bit of a challenge as well. Right? So they're getting a lot of runs, in the first 6 overs. Teams are targeting. I think so. They should try Pathirana at least for 1 over within the 6 overs. Right, he can actually get those wickets. He might go for 15, 16 runs. That's fine, right? But his Yorker is one of the most difficult Yorkers to handle. It goes at 145 plus. Sometimes he reaches 150. And there is like this undercurrent, what you call like when you see his ball, right? It goes like I'm not getting the word here. That thing which we swing, Amar, what's that known as? Like which goes and
Sling.
comes back. No,
Boomerang.
Boomerang. You mean?
boomerang.
Yeah.
So with that, he undercuts the air, right? So if you see, it's a boomerang Yorker, right? And most of the Yorkers will go. If you see, it goes from the top down and swings in. His was like a boomerang swing because of
The slingy
spin.
action. Yeah.
Right, it is one of the most difficult Yorkers, and if you see most of the wickets, he just hits the toe. Right, they should try 1 over in the 6 over and then forget him and then bring him after the 10th over, the last 3 overs. That's fine. That could actually change the game. You could take 1 or 2 wickets. Right, bring him not in the first 2 overs, because first 2 overs you might have an opportunity. The batsman is still setting, the ball is swinging, and Khalil Ahmed is doing brilliant this thing. Right, maybe the 4th over. To just try to bring him and see what happens. That could change a bit of a perspective where they're going more than 60 runs. If they do that, then your spinners are really good, right? And that could actually change the entire scenario for the entire game. Because you have like really good spinners. With Ashwin, very difficult to hit him with this field is spread. There is slight this thing, and Ashwin gets hit in the first 6 overs. If you see, this is the first 3 games I'm just talking about.
Yeah.
Then the other challenge with Jadeja is very difficult to hit. And I'm really CSK has been a bit unlucky with the RCB game. Like dropping. And if you remember the podcast before that, I did tell you Rajat Patidar is the only guy I'm like worried about. If they get his wicket, RCB is going to lose. They got 3 chances.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why they lost. The score shouldn't have gone 160. That's it. RCB wouldn't have been able to go than 160 with that quality of spin. They lost that. Then again here itself with RR.
Yeah, I think Overton dropped the catch, isn't it, as well?
So you see, if catches win matches, right? CSK is good team. It's just that they're not clicking together.
They're not coming together for them.
Yeah. But because the bowling is like all the teams, who have bowled, what I've seen is they have lost track of it, right? This is the only team which they're losing track and they're pulling them back by 20, 30 runs,
Yeah.
Or, the score would have gone to with RCB, that would have gone to 220. They bought them even after dropping 3 catches of the main guy. Yeah. Same thing with here as RR, that was going like they were, if you look at till the 17th, 18th over, they were like, 10 runs per, and they suddenly go at 180, right? So, this is where CSK has a good bowling lineup. if they just, and just to add to this as well, in terms of what I've seen, Tripathi is not cut for this game now.
Yeah.
Okay, he has done well for KKR, but the problem is, I have looked into the KKR matches last year, and just to analyze what's going wrong with this guy, right? There's a lot of when you guys all cricketers you have played, right? There's a lot of nervous energy with him. There's a lot of movements. He's not staying still. And with the DC game coming, after this, Stark is going to knock him out because his head is like away from his body. So when you're batting, right, when your head is away from your body, right, any ball which comes in like full length, he's not going to hit. He's not going to be able to hit. It'll only be like a leg glance where he's able to just touch the bat. He won't be able to hit the ball because his head is falling, right? There's no way that nervous energy is there. I think so. They should drop him immediately, and maybe later on, if something doesn't click back, he goes back to the next practice, gets a bit of a stability in his stance. What he was last year, this year it's not showing. There's a lot of nervous energy. Like we can see, he's like really scared. In terms of anxiety is there. They need to bring in Ruturaj and Rachin to bat up front, right? And if there's an opportunity to get Conway, get him in. But if they cannot get Conway in, right, and they look like Overton, because Overton looks like a good build, and I have a feeling that they should try him to escalate as well. Maybe bring it number 5 as well, because he looks like a good build. The 6 which he hit, that showed that he's got like huge guy.
There's no mug with the bat.
He's no mug with the bat, and he's scored some runs in the 5 T20s before.
Against India before the Champions Trophy.
He was the only English player who actually scored some runs. So I think so. They should stay with Overton, right? And utilize his bowling like not in the power play, just after the power play, and if he gives the 1 or 2 overs, that's good. But drop Tripathi and then move Conway up the order, and get an Indian like a Sheikh Rashid to actually come and just go guns blazing at 1 down.
Do you agree, Ahmad?
That's my view, right?
Yeah, I mean they have to look past Tripathi. I mean he has only played 2-3 games, but for CSK, but it's not happening. And CSK has been known to have players who give that start up front for years now. That has been working from them, right from Watson to Hayden and
Mike Hussey.
Mike Hussey, all these
Raj
guys
also made his name up the order, right, as an opener.
Exactly. So and it doesn't look like Tripathi is the guy who bats in that way. So that is what is lacking here. So they have to think about. I mean, Conway was a guy who could who could have done that, but then of course we only can have 4 overseas players, and looks like the other 3 are you can't do anything about them. There was only one where Overton or Sam Curran were moving, but now Overton is here. He's bowling well, and he looked like he can bat as well. So we can't put anyone else there at the moment. So if he gives some runs, Overton, then that middle order looks a little bit better now. But as Punk mentioned, middle order is a problem with CSK and an opening slot. So yeah, push Rituraj up. Let him open with Rachin. And then number 3, I mean, we have to think about that. Maybe Shaq can come in, or I don't know if Tripathi can bat there. That is also one option. If knowing CSK, they don't like to change too much,
squad,
but that's one of the options. But Sheikh can be looked upon. So yeah, that could be done as well.
Absolutely.
There's one more thing which I think is a bit of out of view, but like if I was in this situation, right, I would send Ashwin to open, like what KKR has done with Sunil Ryan. And Ashwin is no mug with the bat, right? In the Tamil Nadu Premier League, he scored like loads of runs, and a good strike rate.
Yeah.
Send Ashwin. That batting lineup goes like really deep down. Take out Tripathi and get the new guy in, right? that will actually open up, like, the CSK batting lineup. What KKR has did last year
Yeah.
with Sunil Ryan going up. Your batting lineup goes to like number 9, and Ashwin just goes his wicket. Even if sacrifices wicket, it doesn't make a difference. He hardly gets the opportunity to bat, right? And if he scores those, and with Ruturaj and with Rachin, you still have the nervous energy of, like, okay, let's play the first 2 overs and all that. Right? You need somebody who can just go ball one, go on swinging, like what Narayan does.
Yeah.
And the only guy I can see, and if Ashwin is going to play, right, uses the batting skills. Go and, like, just go and tear the bowlers apart. He has that skill too, like, he's a very clever batsman.
Yeah.
Right.
Did he
If they
open
could,
in TNPL?
yeah, absolutely. He was a captain.
Okay.
He opened.
So if
And he scored
he
loads of
opened
runs,
and
man. Sixes.
and he scored runs, then why not? I mean, up front the only problem would be the swing, but if he has opened in TNPL and scored runs, then they can surely have a go.
That guy, that test material, he's got 5 centuries, man, with swinging bowlers, and not in West Indies as well, right? He knows how to handle swing, right?
Yeah,
What I'm
yeah.
trying to
The
say is,
only
like,
thing is
if
how
CSK wants to, if CSK want to actually get this thing going, right, get Ashwin to open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
I
could
mean,
do that.
he used to open, but obviously, that was like a few years ago. Things changed so drastically. He wasn't opening any longer. But you never know. That could be the out of the box suggestion that they could try and see how it pans out.
And
But
Ritu stays at 1 because Ritu is doing well at 1 down.
absolutely, he was the only big contributor again,
Anyways,
right?
Tripathi is not doing, that's nervous energy, is creating the nervous energy, right? And you
Yeah.
can have a Sheikh Rashid down the order.
Yeah.
And Dhoni at coming at number 9, that 3-4 overs which he can play. And he can actually, Dhoni is in form, It's just that his knee is not giving up, right?
Yeah.
He can still hit the ball, long ball. Get a Sheikh Rashid, and that could just change the entire this thing. They could, like, just open up the batting lineup. The middle order will not get scared because, come on, Dhoni is number 9 or 10 batsman here. What else you want?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. On that note, right? Sorry, Amar, you were saying.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I was just agreeing with Punk, just saying that maybe not number 9, maybe 7 or 8 come
Yeah.
in and hit. Yeah.
Yeah. But
The
on
last
Dhoni's
4
note,
overs, like, yeah.
Dhoni's note, right? So that's what, like, obviously we all heard, the media interaction with Stephen Fleming, where he happened to mention about, Dhoni's knee, and that's why they didn't want him to stay out too long. I mean, he's already keeping for like 20 overs, where obviously, whatever is going through with the knee. Personally, for me, I thought, if that's the case, why risk him? And obviously, most of the impetus, he's a great keeper, and obviously, he does add a lot of value behind the stumps, and he helps someone like Noor Ahmad and all the young spinners. But obviously, the interest in what he can do big time is the batting. So maybe rest him, bring him as an impact sub, and have him just bat.
It won't work, actually, because you're taking a wicketkeeper spot, right?
Yeah, they can play in
It's not going to work, because then your bowler will be short, and your batsman will be short on both sides. So it's going to be a challenge if you change your wicketkeeper as an impact sub, right? Because as an all-rounder, you need at least a batsman that side or a full bowler either side, right?
Yeah, but if you look at it right now, Shivam Dubey, who's an all-rounder, is essentially only batting as an impact sub. So why can't Dhoni do that job and Shivam Dubey come in and also bowl?
But then you don't have a wicketkeeper between that lineup, right? You have to bring a Devon Convoy to wicketkeep, which they can again change the strat.
I thought they had one more keeper
the combination.
in the form of, what's his name, Vansh Bedi, the young 21-year-old right-hand batter and a keeper. I don't know why they're not even like giving him an opportunity. I mean, just a thought, like, we want Dhoni, and all the fans actually love him when he comes to bat, and that's what creates all the interest. So maybe, consider him as an impact, walks in at like, 18th over, 17th over, smacks a few sixes. Happy days. I leave that to you.
Yeah, I
I
think
think he
Rhymes
does not
wanted.
agree.
Rhymes had an opinion on that.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, number 8, number 7. Even if his knee was okay, I even thought number 6 would be good for him. But I don't know. Whether he should take care of the knee and then play, or I don't know. Because there's a talk about if he has a problem with the knee, then why he's playing. Uh, but the reality is he can still hit those sixes. So yeah, he's batting well. He just need a more number of
The
balls, I think,
CSK
to
problem is not
play.
Dhoni. We are actually completely on the wrong track here. And like, it's not that because I'm a fan of Dhoni and CSK and all that. Right? It's not Dhoni is not your problem, right? The problem is actually your middle order and the intense. The problem is there's no intensity from the batsmen. They're not like, they're too scared to hit the ball, man. Come on, 5 runs in 3 overs. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, he was hardly swinging the ball, man. You could just step, 2 steps forward and just hit him straight. They were not moving, that is all nervous energy, right? Your opening batsman Tripathi, and like, he's giving you the entire nervousness coming through him. You see, if your opening batsman comes over and just smacks one guy for the 6 in the first over, see what SRH does, right? They go bang on first, right? What happens is the next batsman, come on, there's nothing there. Even if you go out hitting a 6 or 2 sixes, right, in the first over, you 5 runs in 3 overs is actually creating that nervous energy completely, and that is filtering down to the next batsman, which we have discussed, in our podcast. What happens when the first batsman, the opening batsman, just smacked you for like 15, 20 runs in the first 2 overs. That's it. Your game is done. You're close to 200.
Yeah, true. I mean, there's
This is
no
where CSK problem is.
yeah, I mean, there's no argument that Tripathi is not a problem. He is a problem there, but we see Dhoni's position as well as a problem. He's a really good batsman, and CSK is not getting the full potential of his batting. That is the problem.
Yeah, that's
he
my
he can
perspective.
come up a little bit up, bat at number 6 or 7, and he can, if he has, he can score runs, and I can bet that till the time he's on the pitch, he will hit the runs and he will make the runs. But it's of no use if he's not on the pitch,
Yeah.
right?
No,
So
no.
that's
So what?
why that's
Okay.
why he has to be on the pitch, even if okay, he has got knee problems now. It is just one game. Maybe he will not have these knee problems in the future. Who knows? But if this is consistent, then we are talking about an injured player, right? So if we have Dhoni, then we have to make full use of him, and that's
Absolutely.
how CSK will
And my
get
opinion
full
is pure from a
No, no, the different
use
views,
of him.
right? But my view is completely different here. If I have a Dhoni coming at 7 and 8, right?
Mhm.
My say the third, fourth, fifth, sixth batsman can go freely, man. They can just go. The problem is the batsmen. Okay, apart from like you see all the batsmen, then nobody is like even trying to take runs. You see, and this is not just one batsman.
kind of
Your entire team,
everyone's
your
struggling,
top
right?
6
Buda
batsmen,
struggled.
they're not even trying to take runs. Come on, Dhoni is you have one of the best finishers and the hitters who can hit you. Man, your first 6 batsmen just go out and like what SRH is, just go out and blast, man. You are so lucky to have Dhoni at number 7 and 8. Okay, who can actually tonk you for sixes. What are the 6, 7 batsmen doing? You want Dhoni to come at 44 to come and tonk you at number 4 and 5? That is completely wrong strategy. If I have a Dhoni at number 8, everybody is going to fear the team,
Yeah.
right? This is what I'm trying to
Strategy
say.
wise,
Your
you were
first
right.
6 batsmen, there's no intensity. They're playing test matches in a T20 game.
Mhm.
This is the problem with the team. There's no other problem, I'm telling you. If I have a Dhoni at number 7, 8, if Dhoni was there, right, and he can still tonk those sixes,
Mhm.
my team should be feared. That
Yeah,
fear
no.
is like the 6 batsmen not even playing, man. They're like took. They're like,
Yeah,
what test
that's a
match they're
big
playing.
problem, right?
That is
That's
a
a big
problem.
problem.
If you have,
But
such a batsman at number
yeah,
7, the entire first 6 batsmen should just go out and blast around.
yeah, of
These
course.
guys are
And
like
this is, I
making
mean,
a joke of the game, man. The
they are
entire 6
making a
batsmen
joke,
of
and the thing is, it's just one game, like I mentioned, that he batted at number 9, and which has pushed this now, because he is he's the guy who is more capable of for in terms of batting than Ashwin. I would say Ashwin, you can put him at number 1 as in the opening slot, but in that match situation it was not, so that pushed it, but that was only one match, right? So when he's you can't have Dhoni number 9 or number 10, because he's very useful. Rather than, I mean, even if the new players come in, he's more skillful than the other players as well. So if he's in the team, make use of him. That's what I'm saying. But you saw that only in one match. In next match again, this last match in he came up. So and he made runs, and it looked like he almost took the team
Took the
to the
game,
winning
yeah.
runs.
So
So
that's the thing, right? Dhoni is going to come at at 16th over, yeah. The rest of the batsmen, whoever is batting up till the 16th over, right? Just go and blast out, man. Come on, look at SRH, man.
yeah.
Right, the team is like completely wrong. Strategically they're playing it wrong. You
Mhm.
have a Dhoni to play the last 4 overs who can actually tonk you for like at a strike rate of at least 180 plus or 200 plus, right? You have the first 6 batsmen, just go out and play. That's the problem today. Even with KKR, right, they might not have scored the runs, but they were going great guns till the 10th over, right? They were not scared,
Mhm.
right? So this is the challenge which CSK is scared. The entire 6 batsmen are scared. That's it. And if they want to win, they have to. They know that Dhoni is going to come at 16. I have 16 overs to bat. I need to at least get 170 runs in that 16 overs. That is the target.
Yeah, they have to make runs up front. That's the only way.
5 for 3 is not
Yep.
done, man. And then you ask a 44-year-old to come and hit.
Yeah, well, age is just a number when it comes to Dhoni. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And one thing I'm telling you, if all of you guys, right, it shows that Dhoni has still got the capacity to come and bat at 4 or 5. That means
Yeah,
you're
absolutely.
expecting somebody. That means he's needed in the team. That means it's not that he's not able to score. He's able to score at that 180 plus strike rate, right? That means something is wrong in the other side of the team, right? So just
There
to
is wrong,
understand,
and I mean,
yeah.
to be honest, no one is expecting him to bat at 4 or 5. It's about 7 and 8. But yeah, I agree that this time the in CSK batting lineup is very nervous. They're not making runs up front, which they should. And of course, well, whoever in the team is, he has to make runs, whether he's 15 or 44. They have to hit runs, otherwise they should not be playing. That's the reality. So yeah, CSK has to think about the opening batting, and also middle order as well.
Cool.
Absolutely. Obviously, lots of thoughts. But yeah, let's see how things unfold for CSK. We'll carry all of Punk's emotions all the way to the CSK management and the fan base, and get as much feedback as possible. For viewers, like again, our opinions. Everyone has their opinion. We respect it, including Punk's. But yes, if you guys have any feedback, absolutely share us, and we can go from there. But yeah, thank you for your time as always. I appreciate both your feedback, and let's see how things unfold starting tomorrow again. Obviously, before we close, tomorrow's game, am I at home against KKR? Your pick, Punk.
Am I in? It's their home ground, man. And
Amar?
this time we don't have somebody, booing the great man, the legend.
Yeah. Me as well. I'm backing Mumbai Indians. They are looking a good side, and yeah, their captain is back. So in Wankhede.
Cool. On that note, we'll wrap up, and thank you, gents, as always. Have a good night.
Cool. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.